Every business owner exits at some point. Some walk away rich, some get forced out, but most wait too long and leave a mess behind. But here's the thing that nobody tells you. You should be building your business so you can sell it. Not because you have to, but because it gives you leverage. You see, as entrepreneurs, we don't get pension, we don't get retirement plans, we don't get company matching 401ks. It's up to us to build our freedom, unless we don't. And if you want the option to walk away on your terms for a fair price, you better start with one question. Why would you even want to sell your business?
Meet your host, Ben Brickweg, CEO, attorney, M&A advisor, exit strategist, a husband and a dad, worked with more than 2,000 business owners across industries. Before we get rolling, let's get one thing straight. Just because your host, Ben Brickweg, is a licensed attorney, a FINRA registered rep, and an M&A advisor, doesn't mean anything on this show is legal advice, financial advice, or investment advice. And it damn sure isn't tailored to your situation. If you're looking for that kind of help, and you better believe you should be, hire someone who has your back and knows what they're doing. Buckle up, Buttercup. Here we go.
Welcome to Exit Worthy. Let's get something clear straight out of the gate. Every one of you should be building your business so that you can sell it someday, even if you're not planning to do it anytime soon. Because when your business is built to be sold from the beginning, it gives you options, and options are power. You see, we're not like everyone else. We as entrepreneurs, we don't get that cushy retirement plan or the matching 401k. There's no pension waiting for us at the end of the road. All we get is what we built. And I see too many business owners that run businesses that just spin off cash flow, but they never take the time to turn their business into an asset. And then one day when it's time to exit, they realize they're stuck, that their business only works if they actually show up. If you want freedom and if you want leverage, you need to build something that's sellable, even if you never sell. Because when the time comes, and believe me, it will, you're gonna wanna be ready. And it all starts with this first question. Why do people sell businesses? And I want to knock down a myth right here from the beginning. Selling does not equal failure. And you've probably heard this where these people are out there whispering, he must be in trouble when somebody lists their company. The people making these whispers, they've never sold a business. Hell, most of them have never even built one. It's this toxic assumption, I think, that floats out there that selling somehow equals quitting. That if you're doing well, you'd keep going. Or that a sale means there's some secret fire burning somewhere in the business, and it's bullshit. Smart owners sell good businesses all the time for good reasons. And some of the real reasons that I see people sell good businesses out in the real world, and this isn't theory, this is what we actually see, and I want to go over a few of them here. One, you're ready to retire. This one's pretty obvious, I think. You've put in 10, 20, 30 years, you've made your money, you've put in the work, now you want to get some time back. It's time with your grandkids, your spouse, yourself. This isn't about weakness, this is about the natural ending of the business. It's what you've earned over the years. Or maybe you just want to do something new. It's not that you're stuck or things are bad, you're just ready for a different challenge. It's not giving up, it's growing. It's understanding that it's okay to move on. Plenty of sellers I know are serial entrepreneurs. They want to build, and as soon as they build, they sell it and they move on. So it's okay to just want to change gears. Or maybe you just want to diversify. We see this a lot too, where an owner's entire net worth, or most of their net worth, is just tied up in their business. And they realize that they're one lawsuit away, one competitor away, one health scare away from everything being wiped out. So they either sell or they recapitalize, but they do this to protect what they've built so they can take some chips off the table. And also we see personal events, and we see this way too much, but personal events are going to force your hand. They're going to shorten your timeline, and you don't have a choice. And that can be cancer, divorce, a partner conflict, you have an aging parent, something with your kids. There's just times where life accelerates your exit plan. And it doesn't make you weak, it doesn't make you a loser, it makes you human. But if you're not prepared when one of these events shows its ugly face, these moments that are already bad can get a whole lot worse. Or you're just burnt out. You've hit the wall, you're tired of the grind, you can't stomach going into this building anymore. You love that you've built the company, you love what you've done, but you're just not having fun anymore. And that's a real thing. It happens. And if you ignore it, this is how you start having your business decline and go from what would otherwise be a sellable business to something that dies on the vine. And when people talk about selling businesses, there's so much focus on the financials and getting the most money and what multiple do you get. But I think the piece that spreadsheets never show are legacy, loyalty, and identity. And I talk to clients about this regularly. These aren't soft things. These are some of the real drivers behind how you should structure your deal, how you should pick your buyer, and how you can walk away with peace and not regret the transaction. So I start asking people, Do you care about what happens to your team? Do you care about what happens to your customers? What about the name or the brand that you've spent so much of your life building? You see, if these things are important to you, you need to start thinking about it early, because if you don't work these into the process up front, there won't be time to get to it later. Because truth is, if this business that you've built is who you are, if your identity is tied to being the guy or the gal who built it, you're not just selling a company, you're selling a version of yourself. So it's not always just about the financials or selling a company like it's a used car or a piece of real estate. You're really selling a part of yourself. And it's all the more reason to start thinking about this from the beginning and starting with some of these reasons tied to your legacy, your loyalty, and your identity. And so sometimes when you sell the business, you don't see it coming. I talk to owners all the time, and I hear a lot of them say things like, I'm not sure I want to sell, but I've been thinking about it, or something to that effect. And that's okay. But the danger of this approach is if you're not clear on why you're selling the company, someone else is going to tell that story for you. You see, the buyer will tell you what your goals should be, or try to talk you into sticking around or getting into a deal structure you don't like. A broker will slap some sort of number on you and make up some sort of urgency or pressure you to sign a listing to go out on the market without talking to you about the reasons why. And what happens there is that your timeline starts to drift and get shorter and shorter. And by the time you actually are serious about selling the business, for whatever reason, you run out of leverage and out of time to own this process. So if you're exploring your exit options now, but don't plan on selling now, that's fantastic. Own that, do that, go through it. But don't let the momentum of something happening in your life become the strategy. Don't be in that reactive stage instead of the proactive. You need to come up with a plan. And I want to touch a little bit on this personal side, the part that too many people don't talk about. Sometimes the why of selling your business is nasty. It doesn't show up clean. Whether it's a toxic partnership with a business partner, or something going wrong with your spouse, or pressure at home, or just some of these innately human and personal reasons that come up that cause you to have to sell a good business. I tell people regularly that bad things can happen to good people who own good businesses, and that's an okay reason to sell. That's allowed. It's not ideal from a leverage standpoint, but it's real, and it happens. And I've helped plenty of clients get out cleanly even when it was a dirty, nasty mess. The key is honesty, and it's not just being honest with yourself, but it's being honest with your advisors. And I think getting to the place where you can be true to yourself on this. So the challenge for you here is to find an advisor to help you with this process that you can speak freely about these things with. It doesn't mean that your advisor is going to go spout off to the world and tell everybody you're a loser and selling your business because you're getting divorced. And it doesn't mean that you're just doing this to go through the motions or trying to come up with some spin for your marketing materials. But really finding time to be honest about what drives you at the beginning is going to help you come out with your best exit. Because I know from my side, if I know the real story and you can be truthful with me on what really matters, I can help you protect what really matters. As we continue down this path, there's a deeper question too. And I ask clients, what's next for you? I think too many brokers focus on the sale as a transaction and a commission. But what they forget about is that this is a life change. It's a life transition for a business owner. And if you don't take the time to understand what's next, what are you going to do? If you don't know what a good life looks like after the sale, if you don't think through what are you going to do with your time when you don't go into the office every day or check your phone 17 times a day, you can really end up regretting this sale. You end up anxious or bored or even worse. I've seen people who are so burnt out of their business that they exit it and then they just go start another one that brings the same drama. So I don't think you need to have every detail of your life ironed out for the post-sale, but you do need to have a direction, and you need to have a conversation about it. Because the way I see it, exit strategy isn't just about the deal, it's about building the bridge to the next chapter. And you can't build a bridge to nowhere, you have to know where you're going. And so to wrap this up, every owner of every business will exit. And if you don't know your why, you're going to fumble on the how. So whether you're trying to just cash out, take care of your family, exit on terms that you like, or just explore what's out there and what's possible, you need to start by getting clear on why. You don't want to let the market decide for you. You don't want to let some sharky buyer write the story for you. And you sure as shit don't want to wait until you're desperate to start thinking through this. So really, if you want a sounding board, if you want to talk to somebody who's not just trying to list your business for sale, but will actually help you think through the real issues, my team is here. And the great first step, go to exitworthy.com/gifts and grab some of the resources we have there for you right now. We change them up from time to time, but there's worksheets, books, guides, and maybe even some direct invites for calls if we have the time. So you didn't work this hard in your business for all these years to leave empty-handed. So let's make sure you build an actual exit-worthy company.